All right, we on the iPhone now because my other camera died. I haven't charged it since the last time I used it, but I wanted to update y'all on what happened with the fuel lines. Been out here working on it, so I was able to kind of get the routing right. I think the plan is I'm gonna pretty much do everything while it's in the car. Most people they do all this and they cut their lines and then they put it in the car. But I think it's easier if you do it this way. It just makes more sense because it's almost impossible to cut too short or cut too long. It's kind of like you don't have to do the guessing game. So as y'all see, I had the other filter on first, or fitting, I mean. I had this one on at first, and it kind of sat this way. And that was with the intention of having the fuel line go this way and go under the frame and get back to the tank. Looking at it, I had looked at some diagrams and stuff, and just looking under there, the fuel line actually, the main fuel line actually runs that way. It's actually on this other side. I can show it to you now that I found it. Let me see, can y'all see? Yeah, so down there where where that zip tie is at, there's a main fuel line. And it's weird how all the fuel lines are mainly, well, the actual fuel line is steel, but then to connect it to stuff like the carburetor, it's all rubber, which is kind of dumb to me, but it is what it is. Yeah, so as you can see, I have the fuel line going this way, going down the frame. It's still kind of hanging because I haven't finalized everything. I'm just routing it out. But it's basically running along the factory fuel line. And then somehow I'm gonna have it wrap around here or something. I don't know yet. But obviously the line will be cut, and then we'll have it go off that fitting. So fitting, I'm not really finalized yet. This one makes sense. So basically it'll be cut here, and that's where we'll get the connection. Have to make it tight enough because I don't want it to get wrapped up in the belt and the fan and all that. But eventually all this will be gone. By the time we do a LS swap and all that, we'll probably do electric fans, and so all this will be gone. But for right now, I do want to keep it out of the way. So I want to keep it as tight as I can and as less curves as I can. I don't want to get any kinks. So something like that, it would be cut there, coming off this. As you see, I got the fitting on there. Kind of mad I marred this up a little bit, but I have an extra one, so worst case scenario, if I need to take it off, or I'll order another set. They're like $10, they're not that expensive. So yeah, I have it running down the passenger side. Let me see if I can kind of show y'all. Yeah, so basically I have it running like that. Obviously it's not going to be left like that. I still need to get these clamps to kind of clamp it to something so it will stay out the way and won't be hanging like that. But like I said, this is just the mock-up, the blueprint. So I have it running in there because this is where the factory fill line is. And as you can see, it looks like it's had its better days. But basically have the line going through there, going all the way back, and then it comes here. And it's back there because we have to route it to the tank. So the main thing I need now, unfortunately, I thought I had everything, but there's always something to need. Luckily, all this stuff is cheap. It's not really breaking my pockets like that, so I'm not tripping. But yeah, so it runs along the frame, and then we'll kind of have something like this. Now, in order to get this to connect here, the kit does come with fittings, but none of those fittings will go on to this hard line that's coming out of the, what do you call this, the sending unit. And this is a factory style sending unit. This tank is basically like an ODM tank. It's basically like if you were replacing it with a factory one. It's nothing really special about it. Still has the factory connections on it, so we'll get to see if those work. Because I remember at some point, I think this is the one that shows how much fuel's in there, the fuel gauge. I believe that wasn't working, and when I took out the old tank, it wasn't connected all the way, or looked like it was connected wrong. I don't know. We'll see. But there's an adapter that will go here, and then we can connect that to that. So this is pretty thick line. I don't know why I didn't expect it to be so thick, because I mean, getting it through places, especially on this car, was kind of difficult, but you can make it work. But it is durable. So the plan is that, like, with this field line stuff, I kind of want to only do it once, even when we get the other motor in at some point. I want to be able to use these field lines. I might have to change up a few little things, but we'll see. Another thing that I have to figure out is the electric fuel pump. So that's another reason why we haven't cut nothing yet, because we still have to put an electric fuel pump in here somewhere. Which I don't know. I haven't figured, we haven't come to that part yet. Because you have to figure out where to mount it. The best space, it looks like, would be right here, but then this muffler is going to be right there, because it looks like it mounts right here, which this has to be fixed too, but whatever. So I don't know how we're gonna get it mounted yet without it being next to heat, because this exhaust, I mean, there's not really a lot of good spots to put it, unless we make a custom bracket and, I don't know, mount it here somewhere, or I don't know. Then that's kind of like out of the way, because I basically wanted to kind of not mess up the flow of this, what I got going on with the lines already. So I don't know. I think I was looking into ChatGPT and all that, AI, and it was saying somewhere in there, I got to look at it again, but it was saying mount it somewhere in this area, which I'm not sure how that's going to be possible too, but we'll see. We will see. But it looks like a perfect spot for it right there, but then this exhaust. I think if this car was the side exit exhaust version, where the exhaust come out the side, then I think it would be perfect right here, because it's close to the tank and there's no heat back here. But since the exhaust muffler is really going to be right here, we can't do that. So it kind of looks like this one. This is a good example. So yeah, so if I was to mount it right there, I'm pretty sure this exhaust would get pretty hot, and start messing with the fuel pump. But I don't know. I have to still look into it. But that's where we're at. I just wanted to show y'all what was going on, and what happened as far as getting the fuel lines going, getting some stuff routed. it'll work. I think it will. I was glad I was able to get up under there and figure it out. So, but in any news, that's where we're at. That's what we doing. It's looking good. It's looking good though. I also cleaned up the inside some more. I was able to clean this carpet down here. Well, it was just a bunch of leaves and all type of stuff down here. So vacuumed that up while I had the extra time and cleaned up that little carpet area thing. But not really tripping about this carpet. That carpet's coming out at some point anyway. But just wanted to get all the leaves and all that stuff that was down there. That's about it, y'all.